Hey guys, so in keeping with the hat theme, I'm starting to run out of hats, but I think I might have enough for at least a couple more until I get back to Berkeley. Hope you all have enjoyed your spring breaks. Those of you basketball fans out there, I hope you're enjoying the NCAA tournament. It's been good so far, and let's just start getting into the blog. So for today, I'm going to be talking about patent litigation by non-practicing entities, and specifically for this post, I'm going to be discussing what is a non-practicing entity. Well, a non-practicing entity, also known as a patent troll, is a very controversial subject right now. And to be honest, through the research that I went through, there's actually no set-in-stone definition of a non-practicing entity, but it can be loosely defined as any entity that earns or plans to earn the majority of its revenue from the licensing or enforcement of its patents. And so there are a couple things you need to consider with patent trolls, and one is that it holds a patent for a product or process, but it has no intention of actually developing or manufacturing it. And the second factor that you need to consider is it could be a party that purchases a patent from one firm and then sues another firm for infringing on that patent. And so, like I said, at the end of the day, there's no really set in stone definition, but typically there's a fit or a type that a patent troll will typically meet. And, it's pissing a lot of people off because essentially they're free riding off of the work of other people by claiming that they're infringing on a patent that the patent troll owns and asking for some sort of licensing fee. Now, the legal implications of this are basically because they don't sell a product or a service, NPEs typically don't infringe on the patent rights contained in another patent's portfolio. And as a result, it's very, very difficult for companies that are being accused of infringement to fight back with a counter assertion, which is like typically the only defensive measure they have against patent trolls. And patent trolls, because their business model revolves around two main criteria, one of which is a lengthy litigation process that makes it cheaper actually to pay the licensing fee than it does to go to court, and the second of which is a broad or vague patent that attempts to capture as many defendants as it possibly can. The defendant is typically forced into ultimately giving in, conceding, and paying the licensing fee because it's the cheapest and least hassle of the alternatives. Now, there are different types of NPEs that I talk about on my blog post, but just really quickly, so for the sake of time, there are some inventors who don't choose to develop the manufacturing and sell their invention because they don't have the resources to do so, and they may seek to license their invention to someone who has better economies of scale or better means necessary to do that. Some companies invest in research and development, but they actually fail after years of inadequate sales, and they begin to seek a return through other companies that are able to do it by kind of piggybacking off of them. And then finally, other companies, typically, they'll buy patents specifically for the purpose of licensing that patent and going after defendants in order to do so. And this is a big problem. An influential study estimated that the direct costs of patent troll litigation in the U.S. in 2011 was $29 billion. If you'll actually go to my blog also, you'll see a cute little picture of a patent troll, and I think it gives a pretty good, really quick overview of patent trolls. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you guys in my next post.